What's up? Oh, you're muted. Hmm. Still muted, Ed. I don't know. Maybe I can fix it. Here
Let
you
me send it to you.
Yes, send it to email.
go. I got it to unmute. Unless you didn't want it to unmute. Hey, Kendra.
Hello, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. I joined the Google Meet first and I was like, well, this isn't right. No one else is here.
Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Maybe I should remove. Do you still log into that, Ann, just to see, or should we go ahead and just kill it?
I normally do, but I didn't this time because did anybody get a notification yesterday, like 24 hours before?
I did. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I didn't read it.
Okay.
I know I got
No,
one for the one tomorrow. I'm not sure if I got one for the one today.
Okay. Then, well, that's good. Then I can go back and double check. Because that would have been done through the Go High Level community.
Oh, nice. Who's jumping on you?
Yeah, so I'll keep my eye on it. I would say for the next couple weeks, but yeah, then we'll just cut it loose.
Hey, Matt.
Nice. Yeah.
I'm trying to send this link to Candace,
Okay.
and it looks like you have. Oh, you have it right there. Okay. Never mind.
You got it.
Oh, come on.
Let's see here. This may be a group lead. Hey, Hoov, what's up, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Welcome. I'm home with a sick little one, semi-sick. She's not that sick, but she's here. So I may have to let you guys talk amongst yourselves a couple times today, which is fine. I think we got some good conversation teed up for today, actually, based on the chat from the week. So is everybody able to see that? I'd definitely like to get it, like, us all up to speed on Slack. I think it's the easiest way to have communication throughout the week.
Give me just 1 second, Matt. I'm trying to get Candace on.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Is it Slack or is it Monday? Because I got an invitation to Monday. I went ahead and signed up for that, but is there also a Slack?
Yeah, Monday, Kendra, is for stuff we're just doing directly with you.
Okay.
Like as a client. So, and I just added you to a couple of tasks and stuff that you can use that if you want to, and if you don't want to, you don't have to. It's totally up to you. And we can talk about it. But that's for like to-dos and stuff.
Gotcha.
Can we have just one
I'm on the
software platform where everything happened all in one place? I'm kidding.
that would be cool. You don't have that? You haven't
Yeah,
found
working
that
on
yet,
it,
Doc?
Okay. I don't think it'll ever exist, actually.
No, because the second it does, Congress will be like, it's a monopoly, shut it down.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
Well, and everybody kind of has their own unique needs probably too, right? So it doesn't
it would never
necessarily fit for everybody.
That's called the App Store, Matt.
Okay, I gotta run get the water here. So give me a second. Maybe this is your first time, right? Group.
Yeah.
All right, maybe after Candace jumps on, if she can.
Is this the third one?
Yeah, right? Third one?
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, Jonathan and Ed, I'm Ryan Hoover. I'm in Kansas City. So good to meet you guys. Kendra, I've met on occasion, and Ann as well. So
Nice to meet you as well, Ryan.
All right.
I'm in Wisconsin. I'm actually a transplant from Kansas City.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
I'm the other way because I grew up on the border in Rockford, Illinois. So
Yeah,
just
I
south
grew up
of
in Raytown.
Beloit and Janesville. Where are you located in Wisconsin?
I'm in Watertown, which is about 45 minutes in between both Madison and Milwaukee. So 2 hours north of Rockford. Well, an hour and
Yeah.
a half north.
Yep. Yep.
Hey, Matt, so I am now struggling a little bit to get in. If I can see you.
Yeah, he's there.
We can see you.
You can see me? Is Candace there?
Yeah.
Yeah, Candace.
He's here.
Okay, so
Oh, he sent me the
what
link.
am I doing here? I'm on Slack. Is that the right place to be, Matt?
Slack's good for for chat,
Click on
like
the link
typing
you sent
chat.
me, Eddie. Click on the link you sent me.
Okay, we're just trying to figure this sucker out. Let's see. I like the old guy who can't do technology.
That is so not true. The one that can't do technology. I think it's because I don't
There we
like.
go.
I know you you made it on there. Yeah, at least a little bit. Candace, were you able to get in there? Did I
Yeah.
see you?
Can you not see me?
I'm
there.
Well,
I can
it
see
may
you.
just be that we haven't connected yet, so that you're not showing up. But let me see if I.
Anyone
Yeah,
else
there you
see
go.
me?
No, I do.
I see you.
No,
I see you
in
and
the
hear you,
in the
Candace.
meeting. I meant in Slack. Sorry, I was talking about it on the Slack.
Oh,
Oh, got it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just said hi to you in the thread. You just weren't showing up on my list yet, but
Got it.
that's just because we hadn't had an interaction. All right, Ed went dark. Who did you
He
meet?
just
Everybody?
goes see. He's in the other room. I'll go check.
Yeah.
yeah. We
Little
just did a brief introduction. Jonathan and I have crossed paths.
Oh, really?
He went from KC to Wisconsin, and I was going basically from Wisconsin to KC. So
Right. Wait, when were you in Wisconsin?
well, I grew up there near
Oh,
Wisconsin,
were you really close to it?
2 miles from the border. Yeah.
Thank you.
Gotcha. I didn't realize you're that far over.
Yeah.
Whatever. Nice. Excellent.
And it says right here in the middle, Matt, it says your recording has stopped.
Your recording stopped.
Oh, I
that
didn't
came
mean
up.
to. I didn't
Our,
mean to.
yeah, you've stopped yourself from being recorded. That's not a huge deal.
But I can't get there's this black screen right in front of me. It says learn more or refresh.
Yeah, just refresh, see what happens.
Okay.
Oh man, I was not successful in getting her down for a nap. That was the hope. It did not work.
I feel that.
Hmm.
How old is this little one?
She's 3,
Oh,
and she's had a little croupy cough, so she had a little bit of a fever last night. Nothing huge, but
three's that
Should
age
be
where
home.
they're like starting to say, "I don't want to nap."
oh yeah,
Sorry, I'm trying.
she started that a while ago.
Yeah.
But she does it very sweetly.
Oh. Oh. She's
Yeah.
being quiet right now.
Yeah, she's good. Yeah,
Adorable.
she's got a little TV show going, so she'll be all right. She might conk out. We'll see. Nice. Well, so yeah, sorry, I'm a little distracted coming in. Like I didn't quite have the prep I was hoping for today because of the change in circumstances. So,
All good.
Yeah, but it's good to have you guys here. I did it. Here's what I was thinking about. I'd love to hear just a little bit from everybody about what you are like hoping to get out of this, and maybe just who's first time, yours checking it out, whatever. But like in an ideal world, what might make you stick around and like be part of this? What would be a win for you, or just what would be a good outcome for you? For me, I had the thought on this. Now I'm trying to think what it was.
Hold on. Eddie's struggling again. Let me see.
Is he struggling over there? Okay, we can hang on. We can hold on one more second. Give me time to think about my thought. And you guys can all think about your thought.
Okay. All right.
Think about your thoughts.
I'm back.
All right.
Oh, they're in the same location.
Oh, you're in
I'm
two
getting
places
it now.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
getting it.
yes, they're under the same roof.
Shut that.
Got it.
You're in two places now, Ed. I don't know. I kind of want.
It's
I guess
making
whatever.
sense.
Unless you have an echo or something, it's fine. Ed Peterson has. Oh, yeah. It doesn't want you to close one of the tabs if you can.
Who?
Ed has two tabs open.
I do?
That's why
In
the
the
echo.
Yeah, that's what that
Close
would be
the black one.
The black, yeah, and I can't close it from here. I don't think.
Am I there, or is it still messing
Just
up?
hold on.
I'm so sorry, you guys. This is like
Oh,
Keystone
gosh.
Cops here.
No worries. No worries.
Can't hear me. How do I do it?
Hold on. You have too many tabs. Are you muted? Where are you? Where'd you go?
Oh, there. I was
Oh, you're right there.
here. I'm right here.
You're here too. Sorry, guys. Here, let's mute ourselves while we figure this out. You guys talk amongst yourself.
You can just literally close the window. If you find the second window, you can just close it.
Riverside already eats up so much of my memory. I feel like my computer would literally bust if I had it open two places.
Yeah. How's everybody's Monday so far?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
6, 7, up and down.
I'm channeling that Kermit meme today. Just like
Oh,
grinding so much stuff.
Okay, but we'll just shut the door. And,
No, it's not echoing from my computer. You have two things open.
Yeah.
I have
Which
two
one
windows open.
Yeah, I don't know how to close the window. You guys know how? Here, let's open this
Just-
all the way. And let's see.
Yeah. Well, let's just do it like this. Just okay. Just go to you.
I wish I had. I don't know if I have.
Is he still echoing?
Not for us.
There's not an
Okay.
echo. Okay.
Okay, thought he was still echoing. Okay.
Sorry.
I can
folks.
hear. I'll mute that one. I'll mute the other one too. So maybe that'll help in case that was happening.
Okay.
It's not hurting. For anybody else, is it an issue? It's not bugging me on this end. No, I think we're good.
No.
Sweet. Okay. Maybe let's just take a second and get centered. How about that? That would be good, huh?
Yeah.
Let's just close our eyes for a second and ask the Lord, like, what would you want us to see today? What do you want our minds to be on? What do you want us to set aside just to a clear distraction and be present here for the next hour or so, hour and a half? And what would success look like for me in this group and for maybe this group as a whole? Ed and Candace, I don't know if you heard me asking that question earlier, a minute ago, but I wanted to hear from everybody. Like, what would keep you around here? Like, what would make this worthwhile, or what are you hoping to get from being part of this group?
Well, I can go.
Yeah, if anybody has a thought on it, go for it.
For me, I think being, well, accountability. I kind of see that as a bonus with a group of people. And, you know, when it comes to my spiritual journey, as well as any, well, that being the number one, and then whatever I'm doing in that journey, just a little bit more accountability.
Cool. I would echo that actually. For me, that's a big part of it for me, is like the right kind of accountability, like inspirational accountability, you know, or like spurring one another on, that kind of thing, you know.
Love that.
I think for me, it's about processing some of this information with a group of people that has a similar impact on. You know, you can talk about books with other people, and that's good. I think it's good to have conversations with a variety of different kinds of people, but sometimes I need conversations with people who may not end up with the same application, but at least are going to apply it in a similar way to their business. That was a circular way of saying something. Let me say that again. It's not that everyone in the room is going to have the same application, but because you're working on your business, I want to hear how everyone else is applying it to their businesses. And I want to like backtrack that, like that process that you guys think through. And it helps me be consistent in how I'm understanding the principles and not losing the benefit that someone else has from a different vantage point. As such a huge process in being a solo business owner that I didn't anticipate is not having regular people to engage with from a creative perspective. When I had a team of 6 or 7, man, they were a captive audience. You know, we'd go into the conference room and we would just have a ball. And then I'd have to do the same thing with the people that I was reporting to. But as a solo owner, it's like me and my cinder block, you know? So if I'm not careful, it's not just an echo chamber, but it's lack of applicability to what I'm doing. It's like, oh, that was nice. What's next? Instead of, no, that's tough. How do I do that? So I think that's a big deal for me. Like I do this for other people on concepts that I've already, I think, gotten to a mastery on, but this one on this book, definitely not on the mastery level yet. Definitely not.
Nice. Yeah, I don't think any of us are, you know. That's cool though, the sounding board. Yeah. I think solopreneur or founders of small, you know, like what we're all doing, is you don't realize that's going to be a factor until you get in it knee deep, you know, and you're like, wait, there's nobody really, like the people you talk to, they just don't necessarily understand where you're coming from.
Not at all. Yeah. And actually that was, so I was listening to, I'm ahead on the book, and that was part of the content actually, because he's talking about like, it's just not everyone has the same mindset that you do. And you have to develop your own language so that you can understand what you're saying.
Right.
I think for me, it's community accountability and like shared goals. Like we're all working, like Jonathan said, in our own businesses, in our own individual unique ways, but it's a shared goal of trying to grow in like a room where you can share that with people, how you're planning on growing and maybe get some ideas, some inspiration.
Nice. Awesome.
I would say for me, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. That I like what has been said about accountability and encouragement, because yeah, I think that there are a lot of things that I know that I want to do that I'm just not doing, maybe out of fear. I would hope that this group would inspire and encourage me to get on it.
Inspiration. Nice. Yeah. Good. Who else? Who have you got a thought on this yet?
Yeah, I'm new to it, so I feel like I'm behind. I don't have the book, so I don't really know what we're going from. But what piqued my attention is just the creating the business out of the inner of what God's created in us, in our mind, in our heart, and our passion. You know, to get up and go after it. Like how can we kind of harness that and get it going in the right direction? So we're just, I guess, more efficient with our energy and our time. And I, like you all said, like I think we need accountability and encouragement. And you know, like if we're struggling with something, maybe somebody else has struggled with the same thing at a different, at a different point. So we can feed off each other in that way and sharpen each other.
Cool. Okay. Anne, any thoughts or?
I think for me, it's sort of a little bit like what Jonathan was saying, but I feel like for me, it's like not just the sounding board, but like what comes next. Because I know when it's just me, it's like, okay, I want to lose weight. So like you set a goal and or like you want to do something and you can set a goal and go, 1, 2, 3 to achieve it. But then I think for me, like, it's about like filling in the blanks. Like you can keep yourself accountable to a certain extent, but having the feedback and the sounding board is like the blanks that you can't fill in yourself. Like even if you're on a path going somewhere, you know where you want to go, but like how does it fit in the bigger picture of your life? So I think that's what I'd like to figure out. That sounded really like bigger than I think I meant it to, but now that I'm saying it out loud, maybe it is bigger.
Because it's kind of like what everybody's saying. It sort of feels like what it boils down to is making the most of the time that we've got and like making it count. Right? Not that just the time, but like the ability that we've been given,
Mm-hmm.
And like, yeah, getting focused and intentional about it. I mean, a lot of this book, the book is only part, the book is, we're starting with this book. I mean, I think that I hope that the group would move beyond the book at some point, but I think this is a good foundation. But yeah, it's like a lot of it is elimination, like getting rid of the 80% is a lot bigger than the 20%. And that's the part that's supposed to go away. So yeah, I don't know. Does that seem like a fair summary if I had to sum up? Like, let's get like going on what's the most meaningful and the most productive. So that's cool. Yeah, appreciate that, you guys. That's good. That helps. That definitely helps. Well, speaking of accountability, so I was going to show you something. If I can share my screen. Kendra, you might remember this because you, I think, were with me and when I first took over from Deanna.
Yeah.
But we used this a little bit. This is just a very crude tracking thing that I made, but it's like, what's your week by week? Like, what's your one thing? What's your takeaway that you're non-negotiable for the week? and how'd you do on it? You know, I mean,
Mhm.
this is an accountability tool that I already have made that we could just use. So, yeah, so it's there for us. If we want, I can share it with everybody, and
Oh.
I could probably improve it too, but
I thought maybe you were going to plug it in right now. Like, do you want to go over what the goal was and how I did?
well, I mean, we could. Yeah, I definitely think that should be part of this meeting.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so
It's
yeah.
part of the staying accountable, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely want to be talking about it. Yeah. I didn't know if everybody had last week's, ready to go. I'm kind of, like I said, I'm a little scattered coming into this, but yeah, we can just
Yeah.
do it. Yeah, sure. Go for
So
it.
my goal last week was to stay off of my phone during down times.
Okay.
I did okay for the first couple days. And then I'm going to be honest, as I got closer to the weekend, it got harder.
Sure.
And yeah, so I would say I can't give myself a really great score on that.
That's okay, because it's kind of a qualitative goal, and this is more of a quantitative meter here. So, like, it's in progress. How about that? Is that fair
Yeah.
enough?
I'm sure that's fair.
Like I said, I can make enhancements to this to make it make sense, but yeah, may as well just run down if anybody has. Like, if we want to just go through last week, Jonathan, you said you said phone stuff too, right? Like notifications and everything. Was that yours?
Yeah, I continued to build out some of my focuses and stay consistent in when I'm interacting with stuff, and it's getting better. I think the trick for me is setting up a system that allows me to feel accomplished when I'm done for the day, so that I don't have to worry about it in the off times. It's like, because there's tons to do, so it's not, like when I get done and I'm having to do dinner and I got to do bedtime and all this kind of stuff, I'm not even tempted to use my phone. It's when I have that 5 minutes of break in between something that if I didn't accomplish what I needed to accomplish during the work hour, then that's when I'm tempted to go back to my phone. So that's the one perk of your office being in the basement. It's not like you can just pick it up and do stuff.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure what to write for that, but
I think I said it in a backwards way last time. I think what the goal should actually be is to identify for each day what I need to accomplish on my like communication platforms. It's not just social, it's communication platforms, so that when I'm done, I don't have to go back and check it constantly.
Oh, okay. So to be more like targeted with your, like more intentional with your time in those platforms.
Yeah, it's also like another way of saying it is giving myself freedom to not worry about it until the next morning.
Gotcha. Okay. So it's almost like systematizing or something. Because we're talking social media platforms mainly.
No, email too. And I think a lot of it is training myself that I don't have to respond to emails in the evening or comments and stuff like that too from projects.
Gotcha.
I did accomplish removing all the apps from my phone though. So it's like,
did you?
I got Asana and Monday and Keep and Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram and Twitter. I think I took them all off.
Wow. Okay.
That kind of felt painful.
Yeah, no kidding.
I was like, oh no.
So you just use them while you're at your laptop or desktop?
At my desktop, yeah. My mindset goes, look, you set up a sweet desktop situation, so use it well and then stop when you're done.
Have I mentioned to you guys an app called Be Present? I'm sure there's others. Anyway, it's an app that kind of gives you like 5 minutes of your social media or whatever you want. You can put in this app, and then it gives you 5 minutes, then it counts down, and then it locks the app. And then you can reopen it, but it'll shame you, which is hilarious. It'll say, do you want to give up? You know, that kind of thing.
Huh.
But I found it really effective. It's just called Be Present. And I think it's like $4 a month or something like that.
Yeah.
But you can connect any app to it. I just have, the only one I have problems with is Instagram.
Like it doesn't work well with that app, or like you just like it too much?
No, that's the one I get caught up in, you know.
Yeah.
And anyway, it's called Be Present. It's kind of cool. It's a tool, right, to help with that.
Is it directly related to Be Real?
I don't know. This one's called Be Present.
No, I'm joking, because my daughters are on Be Real a lot, and they're like, it's whatever, when the notification goes off, you'd have to take a picture or a selfie or whatever of where you're at, so you have to be real.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Then
interesting.
but then they scroll through looking at everybody else's, and so it's like the
Oh.
opposite of Be Present.
Right, that's funny.
And it's the opposite of Be Real too, because you're actually putting on a front
Doing a
to
selfie.
it's not, so it's anyway. It was a joke, but
That is
Be
funny.
present. It's interesting. That sounds interesting.
I mean,
I'll have to check it out.
it works for me.
Yeah.
And then it locks a lot of them at night, you know, after a certain time, like at night at 10 o'clock or whatever. And then you can't get on it until 5 in the morning. And I had to unlock certain things.
So it's
it
like
was locking.
downtime that we use for the kids.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So was that part of your goal, Candace, last week? Was that like same thing?
No, I can't even, I'm so sorry. I can't
Yeah.
remember what my goal was.
I know. I'm going.
It's been a week.
And I took some notes last week too. Not sure if I got everybody's though.
I mean, I think, I guess I could.
It's okay. I think we're just like moving forward, you know. I think it's just if people had something from last week, it's fine. I remember Ed saying no TV.
Yeah, and I did that perfectly for 4 days, and then I started to cheat.
He did really well when he started cheating, but he started. To your defense, Eddie, you weren't feeling well. He kind of got.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, "F it, I'm watching TV."
Nice. Yeah, if you're already taking the day off, you know.
Yeah.
Cool. Did anybody else have one? Those are the only 3 that I remember. I know I don't think I ever actually had a stated thing from last week. Anne, did you? I forget.
You're muted.
Sorry, there was an ambulance that went by before, so I muted myself. Yeah, I also was trying to stay off my phone, and
Okay.
I ended up deleting social media, the stuff that I don't need for work, and I was on my phone 27% less, according to
Really?
the data, over the week.
Significant. There you go.
Yeah, that's a lot. I didn't realize I was on like Twitter that much, or Facebook or Instagram. I was like, I thought to myself, oh, I'm not really on it that much. It's not a big deal. But yeah, I guess I was fooling myself.
Oh yeah, it's so easy to just zoom, because like this app gives me 5 minutes to do what I want to do, and suddenly it's over. I'm like, then it'll,
Yeah, that's my problem. I'll open it up and I'll be like, okay, I just need to like respond to this message or, edit this post or whatever it is. And next thing I know, it's 20 minutes and I haven't done anything that I opened the app for
Mhm.
well,
because I was just
how many
wasting time.
how many times you guys go to your phone and to do something and then you forget because there's all these notifications. You're, what was I doing? I was going to do
Mhm.
something. Or it's just,
Right.
that's the nature of the device. It is addicting and not good for ADD.
Distracting. Yeah. I've never been good with the external discipline things, it's like it's too easy just to hit ignore or the snooze button or whatever, when it's
Right.
just me, and even a technological thing that's designed to be like that. That's why I think the group is going to be helpful, because the more we're willing to share this kind of stuff, the more at least we know next Monday we got to talk about it, so that's good.
Mhm.
But I also then I'm a big believer, and I think the deeper thing with this group and the whole 10x mindset or identity, any of those things that power it, is it's internal. And so we get so clear about it, and so naturally motivated to want to pursue the things that we're doing, that
Mhm.
it kind of just pushes out the distractions, right? So it's they're less of a problem anyway. So I kind of think you can come at it from both ends, right? You can put some external things in place like the app or whatever that help. And then I think for me, especially for it to be sustainable, it has to be, I have to be filled up with the things that I'm trying to do, not just trying to avoid the things I don't want to do.
That makes sense. I like that. Filled up. I like that.
Yeah. It's yeah. If we knew what we were going for, and why, and it was just such a part of us. I can stop sharing this now. It's kind of becomes the thing you'd prefer to do anyway during the day, right? Let's work on what we're working on.
Yeah, I would jump in there with one thing, is that I'm getting a better sense of, and I think, ability to just try stuff, more iterations, right? Not waiting. And I did some writing for my book during the week, and some other stuff. But it's where I get stuck in my head is this won't be good enough, or you can't do this, or what happens if you fail. And I was actually having a conversation with Candace, and I realized that for most of the things that I'm interested in doing that would kind of connect to this group, there's really no bad outcome that can happen, except say a blog post that I did or something. People may not read it, and is that the worst thing in the world? No. Because I want to be a person who can learn from what I've tried and what has gone well or what has not gone well, instead of just thinking about it.
Mm.
Yeah. Because Matt, wasn't that
we were talking about that a little bit, right?
I'm saying that, isn't there a part of the 10X books where they talk about that Mr. Beef. Beef, is that his name?
Beast. Mr. Beast.
Beast. There you go. Beast. Or it could be beef, right? Or
could be.
That he talked about how he would, spend a lot of time on each post that he was going to put on YouTube, but he learned that he didn't want to have 10 things or more, and do 10 videos or blogs blog posts that are, that will be good, but they won't be great. And instead of that, he would focus on one and make it just so good.
Focus. Yeah.
I feel like he learned that over a little bit of time, though, after doing a bunch.
Yeah.
Right.
There's also something to be said for repetition, right? Reps,
Mhm.
doing it a lot of times to kind of figure out I think that'd be my problem more, is like more thinking about what to do rather than just doing it. Like doing it
Right.
10 times would give me more feedback than thinking about it for 10 days, you know? So I think it can be both. It's not like one or the other. It's just, so yeah, there's so many ways to go. I kind of want to address like what Jonathan was talking about, and maybe Jonathan, I'll just let you like talk about it for a minute and we can go from there.
Sure. Yeah, I was kind of chewing on that section specifically when I messaged Matt in the chat, because Matt had asked what we were thinking about, and I think one of the spots that I'm really stuck with in the book is when you get started as a solopreneur, you're starting your own business, or maybe you're just a solo leader in a team or whatever it is. Like Matt was just saying, a lot of it comes down to just doing things and figuring it out as you go. And my concern with the principle and how I'm trying to apply it to my current situation is that, like, I am not sure that I even know yet what it means for something to be technically perfect in my area and what I'm doing, because I'm so new at it. I've been in leadership roles for a long time. I've been a manager for a long time, but I've only been coaching for 2 years. So it's like being the business owner, being the coach, being wearing all the hats. I have to choose which things I'm going to be really good at, and I don't have enough energy to make everything that I do technically proficient like someone else might be able to do. And there's a part of that discussion that he brings up in the book where he says you won't be able to do it all, so you need to bring on other people. That's the who, not how, that's doing components of it. But until you scale to the level where you can have someone else doing it, you got to have the cash flow, right? Like if you don't have the cash flow, you can admit and philosophically agree that someone else should be doing it, but that doesn't mean you have the money to do it yet. So you have to be able to pay someone to have a who. And so for me, it's trying to figure out, so for the people who are aspiring to have growth to a certain level, what does that improvement look like? So how do you change your mindset and yet not be able to upscale your situation, your context? Yeah, it's kind of what I'm chewing with, because it's like in my particular situation, it's not that I don't want other people working on things that I don't prefer to do. I have to figure out how to have those repetitions in such a condensed amount of time that I'm getting paid more regularly. Then I can start putting more butts in seats or more heads on the project or whatever it is.
Gotcha. That's, yeah.
It seems like that's there was a really good story about that. Oh no, it was when they were talking about Malcolm Gladwell's book, where he talks about having to do a certain number of hours, like 2,000 or 400 or 4,000,
10,000 hours.
Yeah.
reps. And then he said that's not the way to go. Look for, as many as you can. What are the repetitions? What am I trying? Right.
And the learnings, right?
And learning from the mistakes as well as the successes.
Well, I think there's a degree for people who are in the startup phase, kind of. I'm not sure that I've ever described myself there before, but it's where I'm at. And I think if you're in the startup phase, you have to have two things at the same time. You have to have a dogged determination to continue having reps without too much assessment time, so that you're mentally, I just got to keep doing reps. I just got to keep doing reps, because the repetition volume is what pushes you into the capacity to gauge whether something's valuable or not. But if you don't have the reps, you're not going to know what is working, right? Like we can only do assessment in hindsight.
Mhm.
You can't do hindsight, or you can't do assessment until there's repetition. So I think I think that the author is unnecessarily pitting one against the other, or he's just not blended it well enough yet. Maybe he's getting there later in the book. So far, I feel like he has unnecessarily pitted repetition and time and volume against perfection. And like I said in the comment, if there's anything that I've been trying to like bust through my own thick skull, is that published is better than perfect in this stage of the game. Getting like, you're not going to get paid if people don't know where you are. So you got to get something out there, and you can improve it and you can iterate, but you can't expect any return if you're not something out there getting seen.
I was listening to this podcast for a while called Imperfect Action, and it was all about that. There were episodes and episodes about that very thing, about taking small, steady, imperfect actions gets you a lot further than overthinking it and getting stuck, basically. Like, obviously, you try to get better and better with each action, but you got to start taking those first steps, knowing that it's not perfect yet, but you're making some progress.
Yeah, this is interesting for me because I don't think I would have. Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
All right. I was just saying, I didn't know there was a podcast called that. That's cool.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. No, I'm just trying to like, for me, that like, it's interesting to hear you talk about that, Jonathan, because like, I don't think I would have thought of it that way. I just don't think it would have occurred to me to think about it that way, you know? So it's interesting to hear you talk about like, that's what stood out to you.
I think part of it has to do with like the season of life that I'm in, where it's like there's not enough there's not enough hours in the day for me to hone some of the things that I'm working on to such a perfect level, right? Like I have like a limited capacity to do, and there's a lot of stuff already demanding my time that I am being paid on. And so to me, it's like I'm looking forward to, as an author, how he gets more specific on how to get rid of your 80 to get paid by the 20, right? Like, so because that's the corner that I'm trying to turn. I agree that there are too many things demanding for my time, but getting to the point where I'm recognizing the things that are far enough vision minded in the future to get me where I need to go, that's a different way of thinking that I've had before. I've been around goal setting and productivity for more than a decade. So it's like that part of my brain recognizes that imperfect action is fine. Imperfect action is what leads to understanding what perfect is. So getting to the point where I can, maybe it's just more quickly understanding what bucket things get put in.
So yeah. So let me ask you this. This is just like where does perfect come from? Is that in the book? Like, or like, where are you drawing that terminology and what does it mean to you?
I think in the section where he's talking about Mr. Beast and what was the other example that he gave?
Yeah, what was it?
There was another one.
Yeah.
But
I think the other one was the author example where he was writing the book about Atomic Habits.
Oh yeah, Adam
Grant.
Grant.
He had to give up doing a lot of the business that his blog and everything, so he could concentrate solely on writing the book. That was the other example that I can remember.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's kind of what, I don't know, I don't want to say it like triggered me, but it's like kind of a like I love Atomic Habits. I think it's been a groundbreaking thing for me to incorporate into my life in the last 2 years, especially. in especially the phrase, I'm the kind of person that, it is a really great way of thinking. I'm the kind of person that does this. I'm the kind of
Mhm.
person who doesn't do this. And that like goes to what the author's talking about with identity. But when he got to the section talking about the videos with Mr. Beast, he was putting an emphasis on Mr. Beast going so far past adequate that the philosophy has been on YouTube specifically that adequate will get lots of views, and lots of views with more videos will mean more income. Mr. Beast pushed against that and said, if I can make an insanely good product, my insanely good product is going to get more views, and I can do fewer videos so that I can spend more time doing that insanely good product. That's the section that kind of like
Got it.
I got real stuck in there.
Okay.
I actually went back and had to reread several parts of it.
Gotcha. Okay. I have a couple thoughts on that. Anybody else have thoughts on that? It's like that spurring anything for anybody? I think I'm starting to get your perspective now. That's good. I think I'll just keep going. To me, it lines up with the idea like that Hoove and I would be very familiar with, because Hoove and I have dug deep into identity, that like we're created with certain gifts and just like put together a certain way. And if we can, the better we can understand what that is, and then how it pertains to the things we can do, because we can do lots of different things. It's kind of like your like the full focus desire zone, you know, right? Like where it all lines up, the best of what you have to offer with the thing that the world needs the most, that energizes you and that you can do. It's not really about competing with other people, but like kind of like better than anybody else. Like you just really nail this thing. The more each of us have that, we have something that we do exceptionally well. And so refining our craft is part of it, but I think it's also part of just like discovering what that is and sort of acknowledging it. For me, sometimes I fight against that. I'm like, I kind of might know what that is, but I want to do something different, you know? But it's like, what if we were, and I think one of the goals of this group would be to become more aware of what those things are that we each do the best, and then figure out how to make that what we focus on and eliminate other things that would, you know, distract or pull us away or take up time. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that it does come down to sort of identity work, and I'm just starting to do that. And because I think that's the way that we can know that our business is like a reflection of our identity, you know, and for me, going too fast is what I tend to do, but it's not good. Like I have always like 5 or 10 fingers in different pies, you know, and so it's like, I think you're right, Jonathan. I think that there's this balance between making something really, really good, or doing, you know, a lot of things in a sort of mediocre way. But there's this thing that hits my head, like you got to do more, And I think that's a trap.
Like Jonathan, right now, if you had to pick the one thing out of, let's say, your product lineup or your services, you know, is there one thing that more people have like asked you for, or people keep coming back for more, or they like have told other people that you do this, or that you just know, like, I do this better than anything else?
Yeah, I think that team training is my sweet spot. If I can get, whether it's an all-day offsite or it's a public speaking venue or whatever it is, like those are the things that I work the fastest to get them accomplished and researched and built, and like that part of it, even like the whole process for speaking is my jam. And so that, you know, that begs the question, Like, is that the goal of the all the marketing to get speaking, or is that the door into more engagements? Because the one-on-one coaching, I couldn't say if it's my favorite thing because I don't have a lot of coaching clients. Like, I don't have a lot of one-on-ones. So it's like, of the things that I'm currently doing, that's the stuff that drives the most value and drives the most joy. But we'll see.
Is the speaking.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So that's interesting. So to me, and I'm not telling you what to do or whatever, but to me, the question I think the book is posing is, well, why not just go all in on that then? Right? Like, is there
Yeah, I
more
think
like
part of that
a
has to do with the
total-
research on, and they got into a little bit of like, once they started thinking about the abundance versus scarcity, it's like the research can be kind of intimidating on public speaking, because to make a functional business around it, most speakers are also coaching and facilitating, most of them. And
writing
the
books
ones
or
who
something.
aren't are the ones that can demand a 5 or 6 figure speaking fee. So that's not the level that I'm at, right? So that there's a little bit of understanding, like there's going to be a scale of how I'm going to get between here and there.
Yeah. I mean, totally. It's not like,
I mean, don't get me wrong. I want to be on a
Practical.
TEDx stage before I'm 40. So
Mhm.
like, that's like we were talking about last week or whatever it was a couple weeks ago. Like, what's your vision? Like, what's your big thing that you want to get? And I've started thinking about it since I'm 32. I'm like, okay, so I have this timeline. I didn't care about turning 25 or 30, but evidently my thing is 40. And I'm like, I got to get a lot of these things done before I'm 40. Because that's like, not because I have to, but because it's like I have to have a deadline. And so I'm going, I want that before I'm 40, not
Yeah.
just because of it being a number, but because it unlocks a whole new 10x after that if I have those things on the on the books by that time.
Right. Dude, you're young. I didn't realize. You're lucky. Enjoy it. Okay, that's yeah. I don't know. What does everybody else think? You guys, what's this making you think about? What else? Did everybody just get muted, or what just happened?
My dog's barked. So
Oh, okay.
Let you know.
I was like, I
said,
wasn't.
like-
Everybody was on
I'm
mute.
on mute.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't
was
push anything.
I was just saying I like the questions. Like I'm the kind of person that what energizes me? What do I do exceptionally well? I mean, these are all questions that make sense, right? And because I don't have a real defined goal for my part of the business necessarily. I'm going about my work and doing my job, but there's no goal past that really. And there's different ways I could approach that. So I like those questions. I think it's just going to help me focus, figure that out.
Nice. See, the payoff, I think, and I've experienced this some, is that you get to wake up every day like really pumped about what you're going to do. And you tend to be really good at it. So more people want you to do it with them, for them, and they want to pay you more for it. It's just like, it's sort of all works. You know what I mean? It's like we kind of begs, like, why would I spend time doing other stuff then? It's like, let's get down to what the thing that's going to really work for everybody, not just me, not just, it's like showing up because I can make a lot of money at it, but that's empty if I don't care about it, or doing something that I really want to do, but nobody else gives a crap, it's like, well, that's not going to work either. Right. It's like, it's got to work for everybody.
Well, and then I've got this imposter syndrome thing, thinking, well, would people really be willing to pay for it?
Right.
It's like, because
Right.
in our industry, you know, a lot of people use their insurance, right? Eddie and I don't take insurance, and so people have to just pay us out of pocket, and so
Uh-huh.
and so that's not a, you know, that guarantee income through the insurance isn't there, and so yeah,
Yeah.
it's just gets you thinking.
For sure. Oh, this is like, yeah. This type of thing is very exciting to me for whatever reason. It's just like, what if the thing on the other side of because it's the fear, let's be real, right? Like, because if there was nothing to be afraid of there, it's like, oh yeah, a lot of people will pay me 10 times more than I want to make them right now, you know, and I'll like it better. Well, then obviously you would do it.
Mhm.
Right. So it's like, what does it take? What's the path to finding that out then? Or like, what does it take? You know, what's the leap of faith or the step that would at least move you
That's a
that
really
direction?
good question. I don't know if the book's actually touched on how to answer it yet, but
Probably not. I mean, we're
good
only in chapter
question for
1.
sure. Yeah, I was going to ask where everyone else is at. I just finished chapter 2.
That's
You
right
guys
where
did
I, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Here's what I wanted to share, Matt, is that
Yeah.
last Monday, doing hook, you know, connecting with this group, and then reading more, and then doing some journaling. I was amazed how, by the morning of the next day, probably, you know, on Saturday or excuse me, like Tuesday, like 10 o'clock, all this fear just came on. And I felt like that fear was because I'm starting to think bigger, and I'm starting to
Mhm.
even identify with this book, but there's also this voice that just says, you know, it's not going to work. It's not going to work, and just stay in your little comfort zone.
Right.
But I know that is the fear talking. But it was amazing how I could go from excitement to fear.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's a very similar feeling when you think about it. It's just what you're telling yourself, right? Excitement is, oh, I'm excited. Fear is what you say. Uh-oh.
Now go spiritual realm here. Like, if you believe there's an enemy at work, then what's the enemy going to do when you start to figure out the thing that you're really good at that's redemptive to the world?
Are you guys familiar with C.S. Lewis's Screw Tape Letters?
Yes.
Yep.
I think that book answers that question. The premise of Screw Tape Letters is it's a a fictional idea of a mentoring demon with a younger demon who has been assigned a man who's living is a human, and the first part of the book is the demon attempting to get the man to not be saved, and then after he's saved, then it's like he clicks into the great answer to that question, which is, if we can't, I can't remember the quote exactly, but if we can keep him busy, distracted, or scared, he won't be effective. So it doesn't matter anyway if he's a part of the opposition's team, because we can keep him out of the way, basically. And I've always thought that the chapters where Uncle Screwtape is talking to his nephew about the simple things are what distract us from being missional. So it's not like we have this cosmic opposition in like the Marvel films where someone like is going to come to our doorstep and assassinate us, or assail us. No, it's like what we've been talking about with being too obsessed with our phones or getting too distracted with fear from the news or those kinds of things. I think from a metaphysical perspective, those are the things that keep us from having a purpose and accomplishing it. Yeah, we can get off on choosing the wrong thing, but most of us who are thinking about it this way aren't choosing bad careers, bad relationships, those kinds of things. That's not usually going to keep us out of the ring. What's going to keep us ineffective once we're in the ring is the distractions.
Which, have you heard the phrase like procrastination is a trauma response? You ever heard that? I'm sure counselor people have heard that. It's like, if
It's
like,
interesting.
yeah, like it's just a way to keep from risking it or from too much success, you know, like maybe I don't believe deep down that I'm capable or worthy of succeeding big or having a big impact. Or it's the opposite, and like I really have a negative self-esteem or something, you know, down deep that's like detrimental or, you know, negative that way. It could be either. I suppose, Ed, you could probably speak to this better than I could, or either of you too.
Well, one thing about procrastination is it's very close to perfection. You know, that perfectionism, right? We want to do it perfectly, which is impossible. You know, it doesn't exist, at least in this realm, right? The human species. But and then perfectionism, and then the procrastination, just they go often together. But I haven't heard it as a trauma, but that it makes sense.
Yeah, like as a response to trauma, I think is how I heard it, right? Like whatever it is, but yeah, it's like your defense mechanism or facade shell. So I think I can relate this back to the Mr. Beast conversation a little bit, because while he was pursuing a higher and higher level of competency, you know, and production, like putting out something that's excellent, I still think he then went through reps on that. Like he went high volume in that narrower focus. Would that sound right? Make sense? It's like maybe he slowed down versus doing 10 videos. Now he's doing one much better one. But then he's like still going to get it out there and get it produced. Like Kendra is saying, like, you know, the whole good is better or done is better than perfect type of idea. Like not letting perfectionism stop him.
Well, he has done so many videos already. So it's
right.
I mean, he's already gone down that path. And now he's kind of got that luxury of being able to create something that's higher quality. And so I think that's,
I mean, that's actually Gladwell's point. Gladwell's point is that you're not going to know what professional looks like until you've had your 10,000 reps, your 10,000 hours.
And he was making videos the whole time. It's not like he was doing 20 different things, you know, like it was essentially one thing.
And in my mind, I've been thinking about it before I got stuck. I was kind of thinking about all the things as far as products and other business concepts that I could have incorporated that I've been saying no to. And that's what has kept me moving forward thus far. So, you know, in the startup phase, I could have added e-courses. I could have added, you know, these like partnership deals where other people are funneling people my way and I'm trying to do the same thing for them. And, or I could have gotten, you know, like a franchise. Like there's so many opportunities that get thrown my way that it's like, I'm saying no to all of those while staying in my lane continually, right? I'm continually getting better at the thing that I'm doing. And it's, yeah, I just think the way that he was speaking of it seemed to me, this is my assumption, that it's the privilege of speaking from a position of success.
Right.
Once you've hit success, you can speak about it in a different way. Until you've gotten there, though, it's hard to look back. It's hard. It's you can't really look back. You still are trying to figure out the secret sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say about I mean, I love that, Jonathan, that's amazing. But I meant when he asked about procrastination as a trauma, I mean, I think there's a lot to that because even can be small traumas, doesn't have to be the biggest ones, right? But the idea that the reason that why we procrastinate is because it doesn't feel good to do it. Like a paper in college, I wanted to be that guy who would start to write his papers 3 weeks before it's due. But I was almost always the one writing it the day before or the night before. And so I think about why did I procrastinate? I don't know. It's hard to know, except that it did keep me safe. Like I would procrastinate. And so I wouldn't give myself, well, how about this? That I could give myself an out. Like if I got a bad grade, it would just be like, well, I didn't really try. So it's almost like if I were to bring in my best work, there's more vulnerability there just because it's like, if this is my best work and people don't like it, then what?
Well, and then there's that part where you did it the night before, you kind of go, well, why should I give it more time if you get good grades doing it the night before?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
You're able to pull it off. It's a little adrenaline too, really.
Yeah.
When you think about it.
I got way more focused when the deadline was approaching, it just helped.
Yep.
Sit down and like power it out. There's something, is it James Clear or is it somebody else who talks about like setting short deadlines just to keep yourself moving?
Mm.
Well, I think a lot of people in productivity theory talk about it. I mean, Hyatt does. One of the other ones that's newer does. They're saying like you need to trick your brain into being okay with that endorphin rush. you need that adrenaline kick at the right time to get started, and then discipline takes over after that, right? Like you got to play them together. You got to play them as equals instead of skipping one for the other. It's not going to work if you just like, it's hard to have inspiration if you're so focused on the discipline aspect, but it's hard to have discipline if you're only focused on motivation, right? So it's playing them together instead of seeing them as opposites.
Right. I would say
My
that
wife likes to call it controlled chaos. Build the parameters for controlled chaos. And she was a sophomore English teacher for 8 years. I think she knows what chaos looks like.
I think that fits well. That's kind of like what we were talking about earlier, like internally driven, but also externally, like there's external tools that we use. It's like coming at it from both angles. And I think that fits well with what this group could be about. It's like we want to find the purpose that moves us, but also we want to put things in place that create structure, and accountability, and those type of things.
Have you guys worked with nonprofits much? Anyone?
A little bit.
I think nonprofits get this done really well because they have a thing that they're trying to tackle. Like in a for-profit, it's not that for-profits can't have a mission that they're trying to get after, or the people don't try to get after, but a nonprofit has something a little more implied. And I kind of missed that aspect of when I was working in a nonprofit, where it's like every day I knew that we had this like gigantic thing that we're trying to get after. And we knew that it was going to take our entire career to get after it. And I think there's something to it, is if you can identify that thing that's massive to try to get after, it gives you like this underlying sense of purpose that's not gonna peter out.
Kind of like a big picture.
BHAG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Candace. I didn't mean to.
Oh, no, that's okay.
Yeah. The BHAG. You guys heard of a BHAG? Big, hairy, audacious goal.
Yeah.
And And it's not a SMART goal, like a, you know, measurable, time oriented. It's more like a North Star. It's like what you're talking about. It's like your guiding purpose. Like when I was a financial advisor, I would have said something like, I want to end financial illiteracy. You know, not an attainable goal, but it's like, I don't want anybody to not know what they're doing with their money. You know, like that's the thing that kind of moves me forward. And so it's like, what is that? Like that can be very helpful. In fact, it may be imperative for this type of thing that we're trying to do. Because what's the problem you want to solve? Like, what's the thing you hate to see happening that you think you can have some impact on, you know, or conversely, like that you love to see it, the outcome you love to see for people. That that'll drive you. You don't have to like re-pump yourself up every day, you know, or whatever to do it. Like you'll just want to. Then I think the discipline becomes more like staying, like not letting the distractions come in, like we're talking about, right? It's like staying focused on that because there's always a lot of ways to get to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that, keeping your eye on the prize kind of thing, and then being flexible in that process, because there's often if we stay too rigid, yeah.
Well, he speaks very specifically about that with identity. When you 10x, you have to shed your old identity, right? When you get to a new value, when you get to a new standard of excellence, when you get to a new goal set, you're actually shedding the version of you that got you there. And then, you know, I think we've all probably heard the adage, like, what got you here is not going to get you there. But I think what he's doing well with this book is saying, like, you've gotten here and that's cool, but that's not enough. Like it's not equating it to your worth. Like that's separate from your capacity. Like capacity and worth are not the same thing. And so if we get them confused, it gets depressing real fast because we're like, oh, we're not enough to get something. No, but your skills may not be enough yet. But your skills can be changed. Your worth cannot change.
Totally. Yeah, like how well you deliver them can change or something like that.
Right.
One of the analogies for the whole BHAG thing, Candace, to your point, was like the North Star. And if you're sailing, you know, a sailboat doesn't just go in a straight line. It tacks and it goes across. So it's only pointed at the target, like a fraction of the time. Most of the time it's pointed somewhere else,
Right.
but it's always oriented towards that and moving that direction generally.
Yeah, because you got to go with the you know the winds and the, you know, it changes. Right. And especially in whatever business we all have people involved in our business, and people can be unpredictable, and you know, and clients or whatever, you know, and seasons, and you know, it's when we have a little flexibility with our goals, and yet keep our eye on the goal, you know, not knowing exactly how we're going to get there necessarily.
Yeah. You know, a couple of years ago, I think I was reading Atomic Habits, or it could be a different book. They just talked about like starting whatever you're going to do, even if it's just a little bit. You know, you write one paragraph a day and then you move up. And I took that to heart. And so I'm not doing it now. I want to get back to it, where my goal was to be in the gym every day and do something, right? And so I would sometimes walk into my gym, I'm exhausted, I don't want to be there, and I do 4 push-ups and then I go home, right? That's a win. That's a win. And because once I'm there, most of the time I might do more.
To recognize, you know, we're going to do our best with where we're at. The goal is to do your best with where you're at, and your best is not going to be the same when you're sick or when you're tired, right? But do your best at that moment. What does that mean? If that makes sense.
Like Ed, in that example, what was motivating you or driving you to be in the gym every day?
Wanting to stay, I mean, I'm 59, so wanting to stay fit. You know, the way that my body feels is it feels amazing when I'm working out.
Yeah.
But I realized that the reason I wouldn't go to the gym a lot is just because it felt so like when I would go, I'd have the same way. I've got to do these 8 things right in the gym, and that was like daunting, and so I wouldn't even go. It's like I'll do that tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if I go in with a small goal,
Mhm.
I'm probably gonna do better. But I'm not. It's kind of like tricking my mind into doing it because I've told my mind all you have to do is a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, and how often do you actually go to the gym and only do 4 push-ups, right? I mean, it's
Not much.
once
you're
you
there.
get there, you know, but if you tell yourself, you psych yourself into it, it's okay if you just do 4, right?
Right.
But when you're there, it'll shift. I mean, often, right? Because you're in
Right.
there, you see other people working out, you kind of get in the group or whatever.
Yeah, you get the blood pumping, you get whatever.
Yeah, yeah. It's just, you know, it's a little more.
It kind of feels like that ties back to the perfectionism procrastination thing. Like you wouldn't go because you're not going to do the
won't be
entire
perfect.
45-minute workout of every, 3 sets of 10 reps of 8 different exercises. It's like,
Right.
it's
Exactly.
better to show up and do one thing than to not show up at all because of that standard, which may be like a false standard.
Yeah, if your goal is to go every day, you know, and do 3 hours a day in the gym, forget it.
Mhm.
it's you're set up to fail, you know. But if you say, hey, I'm just going to go every day, I'm going to walk in the door.
Right.
And see
That's
what
the
happens.
discipline. But the discipline
Right.
is supporting like your worthy goal.
Right.
Like a
Right.
worthy-
It's like my goal was from an identity place, trying to dig down and see if there's really someone down there who is disciplined and, you know, in a way that I want to be. But there's no way that I can get there without going to the gym.
So I like the gym, whatever analogy or imagery, because I think I talked about this last week, but I like thinking about this type of thing as sort of the CrossFit, right? Immersive. It's like a lifestyle mentality, holistic shift rather than just, going to the gym 3 times a week or whatever. It's like getting in a community of people who are, like Kira was saying, go in the same direction, right? Not all the same exact goals, but essentially trying to move in the same direction. And part of it to me is like not just weekly, but like daily. That's why we have the Slack channel in particular. So because I'm kind of thinking, okay, I'd like this to be actionable, like motivated or like powered from within, but like it moves into something external that's tangible that we can state and measure or like keep track of, the accountability thing. And then I think it helps a lot to have more contact than just once a week, and that that's going to be optional or whatever, but I just want to make sure everybody knows that's there. And I would encourage us to like be communicating and asking or sharing, just talking, just like even just a little bit, don't have to get like hours on the text thread or whatever, but just like to connect more. I think that's going to be helpful because even a week can be kind of a long time. But I think where I'm going with it is like, okay, so what could we try to start answering the questions like, what am I really the best at? Or what's that, if I had to pick one thing that sort of checks all the boxes where I love it, I'm good at it, people want it or need it or ask me for it, or it seems to solve a big problem, kind of, and, hopefully I can get paid for it, like all that kind of stuff. Like if I had to just pick one of those, one thing, what would that be? And then what would that look like in practicality? What's maybe stopping me from just doing that? Like, is there a fear or some kind of practical obstacle? And then what would going to the gym once a week or once a day look like? Like, what would be the next step? Like, what's a step I can take right now and commit to? You know, like for this week, what would be my one thing? Is that a good way to sort of like do our takeaways for the week?
Yeah, what one thing? That's a good way to chunk it down.
Rephrase the question, Matt.
So moving from with inside out, right? Like looking at myself and who I am and what I care about and my current capabilities. And then looking at what my clients or customers or, you know, people that I serve, like what they're asking me for. Like the question I asked you, right? Like if you had to pick one thing out of all the things I could do or the things that I currently offer, like what's the one that makes the most sense, that checks the most boxes in terms of energizing me, solving a real problem that's in demand that people will pay for, maybe pay more than that, you know, pay me more than I've been making, or there's that potential. And then I think it's helpful to identify the fear, like what's stopping me from doing that. Is it practical? Like, well, it's not covered by insurance, so I'd have to go like charge people directly. That's a real thing to think about. And then what would the action step look like to move that direction? Like what would be the next step to take to go that way? Did I rephrase it, or I just say the same thing exactly over again?
You repackaged.
Does that make sense?
How's that?
Okay, all right, good. So like I've been having this conversation with Anne a little bit. It's like I've wanted to build this solution driven, like kind of software based solution for people where it's like automation is kind of the cornerstone of it. And yet what people keep asking me for is to help them think through things, essentially.
Mm.
Like, Anne, I don't know if you would agree with that or whatever, but I just feel like what people keep coming back to me for is like sounding board mechanism. Essentially, more than anything else, it's like, I don't know, my clients like to talk to me and it helps them clarify what they're thinking and focus or whatever and make decisions. So it's like, why am I trying to do other stuff? You know, that's kind of the question I've been asking myself. It's like, why am I trying to build automation? I mean, I like automation, but I'm not the best at automation. You know, I like having that as a part of our solution and stuff, but it's like, anyway, if I had to pick one thing, you know, it might cause me to seriously reconsider all that. And then what would I do? I'd have to restructure my offer a little bit, you know, or a lot maybe.
Hey, you guys, I've got to run to another call.
Cool, man. If you can, like, think about what your week looks like and, you know, put something in the group or throw it out there and let's get it all, you know, I want to get something down on the spreadsheet for everybody for this week. If you can.
Yeah. Cool. All right, guys.
All right.
Thanks.
Thanks, man.
See you guys. I'm out too.
All right. Thanks, Hoop.
Thanks.
I don't know, Jonathan, does it make sense where I'm going with that?
Yeah, I think I answered it at some level already to you, but I think figuring out a way of making team work delivery, team content delivery more a part of my more a part of what I do, that even like identifying what that actually means is going to take some time.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
sure. Yeah.
Because if I go back and I look through all the stuff that I have sold, that is the vast majority of the work is team, not one-on-one. So
right. And it's kind of like when you start saying stuff like, and I just don't have that many one-on-one clients. It's like, well, maybe that's just not, you know, like,
yeah,
maybe people are asking for you for something different.
Yeah.
You know?
It could also be like, I think
it from a different resource perspective, like not from 10x, but a different book says that that's why you charge a premium for the one-on-one. Like you price the teamwork, which is in higher demand for volume, and then you really sucker punch them with the one-on-one, because if that happens, they're looking for high value. And that's true. When I have done one-on-ones, we are in the thick of it. And so it's not like this transactional kind of conversation about, you know, me giving them advice. It's like, no, we're really working it over. So being okay with charging insanely much more for one-on-one sessions. Yep. You know, that's brain fart right there.
Well, what's funny about that is like you can use pricing to price yourself out of a market, you know, so that people just don't waste your time unless they're really paying you. But I don't know if this will happen or not, but maybe it's like you become credible in some other people's minds because now you're charging 4x what you were charging before. I don't know.
Yep.
And then if you do get hired, it's like really worthwhile.
Pricing psychology is insane. I've just barely dipped my toe into it, and I'm not sure that I want to go much further.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. I have to head out now to have a great week.
Okay. Thanks, Candace. Yeah. Have a good one. Yeah.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks for hosting.
Yeah, man,
Yeah,
that's great.
thank
I'm the kind of person who I wrote that down. I think that's super helpful.
Yep. Thank our buddy James Clear.
I know, right?
Yep.
All right. Well,
ruining everyone's day for a long time.
I know. Yep. I'll put I'll just put the to-do or whatever, you know, non-negotiables deal. I'll put that out on the group and everybody can fill it in. That'd be cool.
Okay.
Cool.
Did we go to the the group on the free flow group on Go High Level to find the Slack, or is there a better way to get to Slack?
You're in Slack. Let me just. Do you have the Slack app or whatever?
I saw the Monday thing, but I didn't see Slack, so I don't.
You've been on there for a long time because that group has been there for a long time.
Okay.
So I might need to just like re-invite you or something.
Okay.
Let me see here. Kendra at boomtagmedia.com. Are you logged into Slack anywhere or not really?
I don't use it for anything else, so
yeah,
I was just going to see if I could log in.
I hate getting people on a whole nother platform they're not already using. It was hard to find one that everybody was already on. I'm just going to send you a message here, and if you just go to Slack and log in with your email with your Kendra Boomtag, that should work.
I'm logging in right now, and it says Free Flow Nation. So
perfect. Yeah, you're in there, and then the mastermind channel is in there.
Okay.
So.
All right, I'm gonna pop off.
Yeah,
right,
I will too.
Yep. Thanks, you guys.
Have a good day. Bye.
You too. We'll see you guys soon.